Modern Warfare 3 Season 2 update is here, y'all, and there are a lot of patch notes to go through, so without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is a change that is applied to multiplayer and Warzone together, which is the new idle sway changes. And as y'all can see, it says ADS idle sway now initiates shortly after aiming down sight rather than immediately, introducing a new delay to sway curve that is generally 5 milliseconds long but varies by weapon. After the initial delay, ADS idle sway now gradually increases over a 3-second period before reaching peak speed rather than beginning at full speed upon aiming down sights. ADS idle sway now consistently begins from the positions players of crosshairs rather than along the sway curve. They also pretty much did the same thing with the hip fire. Hip fire crosshair will no longer sway away from the center of the screen while the player moves or rotates the camera. Now this is what they say on their own blog, pretty much just trying to help mouse and keyboard players fight back against aim assist, I guess. Again, this is a good change all around. Even controller players will see the effect of this, and pretty much it should be easier to center your shots and hit more bullets now instead of having a random idle sway every time you ADS. Alright, so now dropping into the Warzone changes. So now the first thing you'll notice is the new health regen delay and the increased rate at which you heal again. They said the speed at which you begin to heal after taking damage has been decreased to 6 seconds, down from 7. Also, regen per second increased to 50, up from 40. So pretty much you'll heal a second faster than you usually would, and you heal at an increased rate. So in my opinion, another great gameplay change. This pretty much means you'll heal faster, meaning you could push more and you could play at a faster pace than you usually would. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the new maps and the new map changes. So obviously if you guys have been keeping up, Fortune Keep is back in the game, a new resurgence map, but it's back in a different way. Obviously you have zombies on the maps now. You got an Easter egg that you can complete which gives you wonder weapons and stuff like that, and also the map has changed a lot to make it look more like the theme of this season, which is kind of like zombies with The Walking Dead and stuff like that. New POIs and new things to interact with. For example, the new bridges that they have. You can interact with the bridge, making it come down or go up. Before we're done talking about Fortune's Keep, there has been a leak in some of the files for Rebirth coming back. So the next thing I want to talk about is a small change, but it's something that I've wanted to see change for a while now. So if y'all play Vondel, y'all know that sometimes when you land into the game, there will be a lot of fog for some reason. And they have actually decreased this from 24% all the way down to 8%. So only 8% of your games will have the fog in it. I think they should just remove this completely. It literally does nothing better to the map. You just pretty much can't see nothing. Next thing I wanted to talk about is rank play. So rank play obviously is back as well. It pretty much works the same way as Modern Warfare 2 Warzone rank play. Little SR changes here and there, and little rank changes how much it takes for you to get to a different rank than the other. And obviously rank play is only on the new map, which is Fortune's Keep, minus all the zombies, wonder weapons and stuff like that. And it's in trios, so if you guys can find you a third or find you a good 3-man and try to run it up on rank play. Now moving on to the weapon changes, there's a lot of them. We're gonna go over a couple of them, but I'm gonna give you guys the summary right now. They pretty much just increase movement speed while aiming down sights and crouch for a lot of weapons. So getting a little bit deeper into it, here are the ARs. As y'all can see, the MCW has increased ADS time and increased sprint to fire time, making it faster. Same thing with the Holger. The TR-76 got a little bit of a nerf, and then as you can see, the Ram 7 got a pretty big nerf. Mid damage reduced to 24, down from 28. Min damage reduced to 22, down from 25. And obviously this is to make space for the new AR, which is coming into the game, and because the RAM was just OP, it had no recoil and it was doing pretty good damage. Moving on to the battle rifles, we got the BAS-B, which did get a pretty noticeable nerf. Max damage reduced to 30, increased sprint to fire time, increased ADS time, increased hip fire spread. MT762 semi-auto damage override has been removed, which I'm guessing is a nerf now. And then the Sidewinder got a little bit of a buff with this increased bullet velocity and decreased recoil and stuff like that. Moving on to the SMGs, the HRM9, which was OP last season, obviously got nerfed a little bit. And then the WSP9, which is the mini Uzi, actually got a pretty good buff in my opinion. They increased the damage range, the near mid damage range, the ADS time, and then they also increased the Brood Mother 45 kit. Shotguns pretty much got nerfed all across the board. If y'all played Warzone last season, y'all know that the Logbook 680 was pretty OP. It was a one shot, so they nerfed that pretty heavily. The Haymaker as well, as y'all can see, just most of the shotguns got nerfed. That's all you see across the board really. Now for the LMGs, the only thing that's really noticeable is the new Polymot 762 changes. which it says near mid damage set to 32, which is a new variable. I have no idea what that means, but I'm guessing it's a nerf. A lot of people are saying it doesn't hit how it used to. And also the attack eradicator also got a little bit of a nerf, pretty much just making it slower to use, increase sprint to fire time to 252 milliseconds from 210, increase ADS time to 340 up from 330. Now moving on to the marksman rifles, they also all across the board pretty much got a nerf, which is to either the movement, but for the MTZ interceptor, as y'all can see, they not only nerfed the movement a little bit, but they also decreased the neck multiplier down from 162 to a 1 times multiplier. Now for the sniper rifles, the only thing that really stands out is the XRK Stalker, which is now 1 shot downs to the head within its max damage range, which is 50.8 meters. Everything else got a little bit of a nerf, but that's the thing that stands out the most. There's a new 1-shot sniper in the game. Now I'm gonna put up on the screen the handguns as well. I'm not gonna go over all of these things, but some buffs and nerfs here as well for the handguns and also melee as well. It seems like they decreased a lot of melee lunge distances. That's all they did with these. But yeah, now again, there are a lot of changes that we're not going to go over, but there are also audio changes, notification changes with the precision airstrike, UAV notifications. For example, you get like a red border around your minimap when somebody's using the UAV now in Warzone. There are new events coming. Again, a lot of changes, but for now we're going to leave it at that with Warzone and move over to multiplayer patch notes. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, again, the health regen delay. Now it's different from Warzone than multiplayer. So for multiplayer, decreased delay before health regeneration begins from 4 seconds to 3 seconds now. An increased health regeneration rate from 40 health per second to 75 health per second. So now it takes 3 seconds to heal, and now you heal much faster. So now, just like Warzone, you heal faster and you heal at a faster rate. Again, it's just different rates between multiplayer and Warzone. Now let's move on to the new weapons that have been added into the game for season 2. So the first one is the F2000, or what's it's called in this game is the BP50 AR. The description for it says a modular bullpup chambered in 5.56, tear down the competition with a high rate of fire and exceptional accuracy for dominating at mid to long ranges. Now I have used this AR and you guys might see it in the background as well. I'm using it on one of the new maps. So the description is pretty accurate. It's low accuracy and it does shoot pretty fast, but from right now I can't tell if it's gonna be a meta weapon for Warzone or anything like that yet. So the next weapon we're gonna talk about is the Ram submachine gun version, aka the Ram 9 submachine gun. More maneuverable and agile than its assault rifle counterpart, this bullpup SMG chambered in 9mm is lethal at close ranges. So I haven't got the chance to use this SMG yet, but from what I've heard, it's really good in Warzone, so we'll have to see how that develops as well. So the next thing we're getting is in season, which is a battle rifle called the SOA. Chambered in 7.62, this hard-hitting rifle dominates at mid to longer ranges thanks to a low rate of fire and predictable recoil. This might be the next BAS-B or the next meta AR we see in Warzone. We'll have to wait and see though. That's what it sounds like. And then we also got the Soul Render melee weapon, which is also coming in season. It says a ceremonial blade capable of razor sharp cuts and deadly melee action in close quarters. Now there are also a lot of new aftermarket parts being added into the game too, and again they're going to be unlocked by weekly challenges and there'll be more added in throughout the season. Now I'm not going to go over them because so far aftermarket parts have been pretty trash, even though they said they buffed them. So but yeah, new aftermarket parts coming. Let's talk about the new multiplayer maps. So the first one that I want to talk about is Stash House, which you guys are probably seeing gameplay of in the background. Pretty much it's a really small map, kind of like Shipment. It's kind of like a square shape, literally just like a square, and it's really chaotic, but I really like it. The next map is Vista. The description for this says, welcome to a Brazilian mountaintop resort with the gift shops and restaurants, a perfect environment for all play styles. And then for departures, explore the departures area of the Zakhaev International Airport, a clean and competitive 6v6 map with areas for all ranges of combat. And then the next map, which is coming in season, is Das House. Now I believe this was in Vanguard as well, so it's pretty much just a return of Das House but in a new look. The new modes they've added in for this season is Horde Point. This is a mix of hardpoint and zombies. Pretty much once you capture the hardpoint, you gotta kill zombies and stuff like that, and whichever team reaches a score limit wins. You got Team Gun Game, which is pretty self-explanatory. You got snipers only coming in season, which is a snipers only playlist. Juggermosh, which is kill confirmed, domination, and hardpoint, but I'm guessing you're just using the Juggernaut kill streak, which sounds like a fun game mode. And then you have bounty, which is coming in season. Pretty much the person with the most kills will have a bounty on their head, and whoever kills them gets rewarded extra points or something like that. Now multiplayer also has a separate list of weapon buffs and nerfs. You got the Yogge right here, which increase ADS time, which is a buff. You got the MCW, increase ADS time, sprint of fire speed. For the Baz-B, it's getting a buff to his movement. It seems like most weapons here are getting buffs to the movement. You got the Sidewinder, which increased bullet velocity. You got the Tag V, which is also getting buffed, but this is from Modern Warfare 2, so Modern Warfare 2 guns are also getting buffed. Moving on to the SMGs, you got the Striker, which is getting another buff. The AMR9 is getting a missing hipfire crosshair for its Jack Edition double barrel kit. The WSP9 also getting a buff to its damage, but a nerf to its movement. For the shotguns, you got the Lockwood Defender heavy barrel attachment getting nerfed. KV Broadside getting a movement increase. And then here are the light machine guns right here. Everything else is getting a buff except Attack Eradicator, which is nerfing its movement just a little bit. Moving on to the marksman rifles, the MCW 6.8 is getting a nerf for some reason. DM56 is also getting a nerf. The MTZ again decreasing the neg damage multiplier but increasing the movement speed on it. And then we also got the SPR from Modern Warfare 2 and the Lockwood from Modern Warfare 2 getting some nerfs and buffs from what it seems like. The sniper rifles, all they're doing is decreasing the ADS time on all of their snipers right here. And then for the handguns, the only two ones that are getting changed is the Renetti and it's the Jack Ferocity carbine kit. It decreases movement speed penalties by 50. The Basilisk is also getting a buff from what it seems like. And then you have the launchers and the melees, which I'm going to show you guys on screen. Again, the melees are just getting a nerf to their lunge distance. And then you also have quality of life changes. You have attachment buffs and nerfs. You have some field upgrades getting changed, a lot of other stuff, but again, like I said, we're gonna try to keep it as short as possible. Now moving on to zombies, and this one is gonna be pretty short because everything, like the new content from season 2, it's all gonna be in season. They fixed little bugs and stuff like that, like for example the HRM9 that says that you couldn't exfil with it and unlock it. You can do that now. And you just also have little changes, but pretty much all the new content, like I said, is going to be coming in season, and that's mainly because Treyarch is done supporting the zombies for this game. Seems like they're working on their new project now, and yeah, I think it's pretty much over with for Modern Warfare 3 zombies, if I'm being honest. But yeah guys, like I said, a lot of changes. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. This has been probably one of the biggest season updates for this game. Of course, it's one of the biggest, but also it's been a while since we've seen a season like this dropping 3 multiplayer maps, a Warzone map, a bunch of changes to the health and the idle sway and stuff like that. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.